What's up, YouTube? My name's Mick Zachary. Today is the movie review. I'm gonna film my review for Power Rangers. If you can hear noise in the background, it's because people are over and there's talking. So yeah, I can't help it if you can hear noise in the background. I'll try and speak over them as much as I can. If you want, just, I don't know what I'll do, okay? Just try and, I don't know. I'm trying to work out that. But yeah, if you can hear it, just ignore it. Today, though, I'm reviewing the Power Rangers movie. So I'm going to review this. First of all, I'm going to put out my own opinion already out here. I enjoyed this movie. So if you are so annoyed at this movie, if you don't like it and you think I'm on your side, I'm not. I enjoyed this movie. And loads of people I watched enjoyed this movie. Just, first of all, I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes stuff. I don't fully think it's a great way of working, so anything that Rotten Tomatoes says the score of the movie is, don't fully go on that movie. Don't let a view of a movie affect your view on that movie. Because it's your opinion. You can have your own opinion on a movie. But get all that out of the way. Let's start the movie. First, the good. I enjoyed the characters in this movie. The characters are great, except for Trini. I just couldn't connect with her character. I don't know what it was. I just did not be able to connect with her character. But everyone else, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed Billy. He's my favorite character in the movie. He's not my favorite character overall. My favorite is Zach, which is my second favorite in the movie. But he's one of my favorite characters. But Billy is my favorite. RJ Cyler is the heart of this movie. He is the one who does the best acting in this movie, and I hope to see more acting from all these actors in the future of the new ones. Because Power Rangers, the thing is, they can make, if it continues, they can create new actors, new stars in these franchises. Which is why I wanted to continue. So they can bring us new people like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Ben Affleck, loads of people, Chris Hemsworth, anyone that are a big name actor that you've heard of. I want to see these young actors to become that role. And they're all good actors. The acting is great in this movie. I didn't see one really bad acting, except for Trini wasn't the greatest. I couldn't connect with her. Maybe it's just my own opinion. I just didn't connect to Trini. I just couldn't connect to her. I was like, you're being like an annoying kid. Why wouldn't you want to? Aren't you excited with this stuff and all this? I don't know what was with it, but I enjoyed all of the movie. Zach was my second favorite. Jason was great as well. They are the standouts in this movie. They are the best characters in this movie. Alpha was good in the movie. Zordon was good, pretty much. Zordon, the thing with him, at times he's being a bit harsh. But at times I understood why. Because he was the Red Ranger previously. So he had to be harsh with the stuff. But at times he was being selfish as well. So yeah. Rita was good. She was a cheesy, jokey villain. I always love the cheesy villains. Because it's a superhero movie. Why are you not finding the villain silly? Why are you taking this movie serious? These people are wearing tights and costumes around. They're jumping around building to building wearing costumes. Why do you take superheroes seriously? I understand Christopher Nolan was able to make Batman serious. But it's the silly thing to do overall a serious movie, takes movies serious. Because if you make a franchise serious, you have to take out that if you make stuff realistic, you have to make, you can't make a comic book movie at all realistic. And that's the thing. And then it just falls down. Because you come close to it, but you don't fully represent the realism. So that's why you need to just go full comic book, because you are giving the superhero. You can't do realistic to superhero movies. That's what happened to Man of Steel. They tried to do it with Man of Steel, and it failed badly because people don't like Superman in the DCU. If you watch. Then if you hear talk about Man of Steel. And that's the big situation. You can't take movies. You have to look at movies in an alternate universe, alternate reality. And you can't take these stuff seriously. A lot of stuff in movies, I don't bring logic into movies because I don't want to view it. I don't want to have logic in a movie unless it's like Her, because Her is just easy for me to have logic. But usually I don't bring logic in. But next is, Kimberly was good. She was okay. There's room for a character in work. But she was okay. Next. Krispy Kreme is a big part in this movie. And this is going to be spoilers right here, okay? I'm going to spoil a big part of the movie. So if you don't want to get spoiled by the movie, turn off now, okay? Alright, for those of you still around, Krispy Kreme in the movie is basically, you see, they talk about the Zeo crystals in the movie, which in the Zeo crystals in the comics are a stronger power. They make you stronger, basically. They are something stronger than the power coins. Okay? And basically, the Zeo crystals make you... I believe they are... I could be wrong. It's been so long since I've watched the Power Rangers old TV show. So it's harder for me to remember that. But the Zeo crystals in the comics is where you have basically super strength, super speed. It was the strongest power suit ever created in the comics because they were the strongest. There was only one big weakness, it seemed like, in the movies, which was water. It seems like water could be a weakness to the Zeo crystals, which would be understandable. But basically, they are hidden under Krispy Kreme. So Rita Repulsa's like, bring me Krispy Kreme. Take me to Krispy Kreme, Goldar. Krispy Kreme, all the stuff. And it's just hilarious. It's funny by how they incorporated Krispy. I know, it's big advertisement. And it's so annoying to do a big advertisement to that. But if they do something that clever, in my opinion, to add to the story, something like that, I think is a bit funny, in my opinion. Next, the action is great in this movie. There's great action whenever there's any action scenes. Very little action scenes, but whenever you see the action, it's great. It's great stuff to see. The pacing is good. There was never a moment for me where I was like, oh, this is so slow. I wasn't slow. It wasn't slow for me at all. It was good pacing. The tease for the sequel was a good tease. Basically, there's the mid-credit scene, I believe. Basically, they tease the Green Ranger. If you don't know who the Green Ranger is, I'm going to do a side video probably for that. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to move to the back, okay? Now this is very big for me. Oh yeah, another good was the suits. I liked how the suits looked. They looked cool. Most people weren't biggest fans of the suits, but I thought they looked cool. But the bad. First bad is Trini. I couldn't connect to her character. Maybe it's just me. I just did not be able to connect to her. I thought she had bad attitude. She treated the Rangers mean also, in my opinion. I didn't connect to her character. She was the meanest out of the 5. And I don't like those mean kids in movies like that. I don't like kids like that where they're mean to their friends. I mean, it's okay if they're being sarcastic. But she was like, I don't want to hang out with you guys. You guys are all the stuff. I didn't like that. I thought she could have been nicer to her friends. I did not like her character. Zordon, like I said earlier, Zordon is a bit harsh. And there was been times where he's like, you guys are terrible. If you can't morph into a ranger, you're not rangers. And that's the big thing. And he's like, you're teenagers. You can't be rangers. He's a bit mean. But that can be fixed in the sequel. Next is Goldar. Goldar is my biggest complaint in this movie. Now, I could get in a rant with just themed around Goldar, okay? Because Goldar was my favorite villain in the comics. And if you ruin it, and in the movies, Goldar's the greatest villain, in my opinion, of the Power Rangers. He's the most powerful outside of, like, Lord Zed and all those characters. But Goldar was my favorite villain overall. And when you ruin Goldar, it hurts me so bad because he's such a perfect villain. Now, I have an idea of what they could do to fix this with Goldar. I'm going to do a series video about that in the future, so stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, Goldar basically is a mindless zombie in this movie. He's like all the other henchmen in the TV show. Next is the suits. The suits, they aren't in much of the movies. There's a little bit of the suits. They don't show up till pretty much the end, and that's so sad. And I mean, there's one other part where he breaks a fight up between where Billy breaks a fight up between Zach and Jason. But outside of that, the suits aren't until the very end of the movie, and that annoys me. But you have to understand this is an origin story. The sequel will probably... Hello? But, yeah. The suits are in very little amount, so that's an annoying thing, but otherwise, it's not too bad. Also, I have high hopes for this. I want this to get a sequel so they can fix the bad in the movie and fix the good, and put in the good, and make a good franchise. This could become Lionsgate's big, good franchise. I understand they probably won't get 6 movies. But it is in talks for a sequel. The director, Dean Israelite, said Lionsgate and Saban are talking about doing a sequel with Power Rangers. And it's been so long since we've seen Power Rangers on the big screen in live action. I mean, Power Rangers has always been in live action, but been on the big screen. I mean, it's been so long. It's been like 90s, I believe, or something like that. It was before I was alive, okay? That's how long it's been around. So yeah. Now you may be wondering, why am I so big of a fan of Power Rangers growing up? But the reason is, we did watch the old shows. Like, we watched all the way up to Mystic Force, I want to say. Oh yeah. It's Mystic Force that we watched all the way up to. So we know a good chunk of the Power Rangers knowledge. And I still watch the Power Ranger stuff every once in a while. Like, I've seen Megaforce, I've seen Dino Charge some, and maybe I even watched some Ninja Steel. It's just, the newer stuff is as good as the old stuff, but they can fix that. Power Rangers, especially the Japanese version, Super Sentai. Those are so they have so many years behind them on Power Rangers. It's interesting. It's so awesome to know. And I want to see in the future more Power Rangers. Because it's hilarious to see. Now I'm going to just also talk a few other interesting topics. Because there's a few more stuff in here that I could talk about. For one, another good actually was that they had a cameo of the old classic Power Ranger, two of the old classic Rangers from the old shows. Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger, and Kimberly, I don't know her name, but the actress who played Kimberly is also in this movie. They have a small cameo. It's a pretty interesting thing. It's pretty cool to see them in the movie because they are. Jason is considered the best. I would say Jason's probably one of the most successful actors from Power Rangers. He's the biggest known actor from Power Rangers. I wouldn't say he's the most successful anymore, because if you don't know this, but the woman from iZombie on the CW was in Power Rangers. She played a Yellow Ranger in Operation Overdrive. So yeah, she's pretty big as well. But I would say Tommy for me. I'm going to talk about a little bit, but there's rumors. The cast basically are saying they want a girl version of Tommy. They want Tommy to be a girl, and in my opinion, you can't do that because Tommy's been a guy. He's the Ranger who is the most famous from the Power Rangers. He's what Power Rangers is. If you were to make Tommy a guy, you're going to mess up a bunch of the fans. You're going to make a bunch of the fans mad. I understand that people think it would be cool it would be even, but Tommy's supposed to be the most powerful Ranger of them all. And how he was represented. I enjoyed him. I want to see that represented in Power Rangers from a good actor. It's just, for me, I want to see Tommy played by a guy. And honestly, the best actor, in my opinion, who could play Tommy would be Boo Boo Stewart. From the most popular series he was in was, he was in Disney's Descendants. Not many of you probably know that, but he was in that. He played Jafar's son. But he has a good knowledge of being evil and good. He was also in X-Men, Days of Future Past. He played Warpath. But he's a good actor. So I think he could pull off playing a Tommy, basically. But yeah, tell me your thoughts down in the comments below of the Power Rangers movie. And if you've seen it, tell me. I'll give you a shout out also if you want a shout out if you comment down below. You just gotta comment. I will give you shout outs. But feel free to subscribe, comment, like, share. And yeah. Also tell me who you would cast for Tommy in the movies, okay? So, yeah, catch you on the flip side, YouTube.